Is Universal's Helios Grand Hotel really worth it?
Let's tour.
Hello everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sam.
And you're watching the Theme Park Foodies. We're here to stay at Universal's newest hotel, the Helios Grand Hotel. It's Universal's only hotel or resort attached to a theme park. For those that don't know, the Universal resorts are actually not operated by Universal. They are contracted out to Lowe. So this is technically a Lowe's hotel, but has Universal's name in front of it. It's obviously one of the most bombastic and interesting hotels that Universal has released or has part of its collection of hotels because it's actually attached to the brand new Epic Universe theme park. Very easy to go in and out of. You actually have your own specified entrance. You walk through security, you're right in the park. It lets you out right next to Monsters Land and right near the new Harry Potter land. We're very excited to be able to stay here. This is considered a signature collection hotel. So it's the highest level of Universal hotel. These are places like Portofino Bay. Yes, they're the most expensive hotels. Portofino Bay, Royal Pacific.
And Hard Rock.
Yes, and the Hard Rock. We have stayed at all of these hotels except for Hard Rock. I actually technically did stay at Hard Rock when I was a little kid. I want to say, now we've been here previously. We did videos on Flora Taverna, which is one of the food establishments here. We also did videos on Bar Helios, which is the bar. They have the rooftop with beautiful views of Epic Universe. Out of all of the Universal resorts that I've stayed at as far as the amenities go, I don't feel like this one is providing as much. Its quick service restaurant, the Aurora Market, doesn't have hot food. It only has grab-and-go sandwiches, and most of them, remember, like even Sapphire Falls, which is considered kind of a prime value, almost signature hotel, that one has hot food, right?
You also don't get fast passes to Epic Universe like you do when you stay at the signature hotels that are connected to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if the value's there. I mean, what's really here, why you're staying here, is the convenience. You could definitely beat anyone into the park. The Helios Grand itself works as a portal and it connects to Celestial Park, which is the main entrance land of Epic Universe. If you enter in through the Kronos, which is at the front of the park, that Kronos is supposed to bring you in kind of where the moon is, Luna. So you'll see the Luna statue as you walk in there. On this side where you enter, you will see Apollo representing the sun. You are staying in the bright sun, almost the icon of Epic Universe. And it does look very nice in the Skyline, although I do feel like the interior feels a little too modern for me. It's not as intricately detailed as like a Disney resort. We recently stayed at the Wilderness Lodge, which is just so packed with detail. This just feels very modern. It does have like kind of a Greco-Roman or Greek theme to it, but I'm not feeling too much in it. We're already in our room right now.
Yeah, I also want to say that this is a splurge for us. It is Jason's birthday weekend. We did pay $494 each night. It came to like $1,111 for the 2 nights in a 2-queen Skyline view room. That's a lot more than we're used to paying. When we stay at deluxe resorts at Disney, we like rent DVC points or we do promotions. And the price has gone up since we booked it because we booked it when they first released reservations back in October. So it's even more than that, which I just think is crazy.
What you're really paying for, though, is the convenience. The room we're already in right now, it does look pretty big. And we'll see how comfortable the beds are. And we really do need to actually stay here to be able to rate it. We've had a little conversation about how we feel about this hotel compared to the others, especially with it not being as detailed inside. I think the exterior looks beautiful. It's the inside that I feel like doesn't look as majestic or has as much atmosphere as the other ones, but we're going to give a fair shake. We also were supposed to have a theme park view room. We called to add 2 nights. We originally had 1 night, and they accidentally switched us to a
Skyline view room, and they're all sold out, so we're not able to fix it. So that was disappointing. You also do pay $36 per night for self-parking. So just a warning, like we're kind of going into this already kind of feeling some type of way, just to be honest.
Yeah, I'm going to try to give it a fair shake, though. We'll try to eat at a few spots. Already eaten at Flora Taverna. If you want to see that video, we'll link it in the description of this video, but we will try maybe a bite or 2 from Flora Taverna while we're here, let you know how the beds are, let you know how easy it is to get into Epic Universe, provide a full grounds tour, go over the pool. Another thing, I don't feel like it has a slide for kids, which all of them have slides, but we'll figure it out. Let's start with the room tour. You ready, Sam?
I'm ready.
If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. Join us for our stay at Universal's brand new Helios Grand Hotel. All right, we are staying in room 8 3.5. I do think the hallways are kind of barren. They need more artwork. You can see the lights over here kind of look like an emanating sun. And look at the cards. They have Epic Universe themed lands in the cards. All right, let's head inside. Walk in, they have a big vanity mirror. You can see I'm wearing my Epic Universe shirt. You can see right as you walk in, they have this bulb and it has patterns on it. So it looks like light is emanating outside of it, like it's a sun. As we continue to walk down to the right, we have the closet. Now here you can find some laundry bags. So they obviously have the ironing board. The iron is right above it with your extra pillow and blanket right here. And then a safe right to the left. Across from the closet, we have the bathroom. You can see the two lights next to the mirror. They also have that same pattern you can see right at the very front. A lot of gold tones and accents here. You can see they have a kind of a plush carpet. They used real marble, so this is a nice touch in here. These drawers, oh, they have the towels in them for you, so this is where you find your towels. Everything in here has that gold kind of look to it. You can even see it in the makeup mirror right here. And then the tissues. Oh, they have some Q-tips in there. That's a nice little touch. I feel like you don't see that often. And they have some glasses for mouthwash, and they have the Julian Farrell soaps and shower caps. Now the shower is separated. You can press this button right here. That'll pop this open, and then you can close it. You don't even really need to give it too much force. It closes right for you. But we need to go in and do a tour. Now the shower and bathroom are the most disappointing aspect of this stay to me. Many rooms today would have a rainfall shower head for something considered like a deluxe or signature collection hotel, but there's no rainfall shower head. It's a very standard shower head you can find at pretty much any Lowe's hotel. The toilet, again, I mean, it's a standard toilet. I don't expect much from toilets, but it's a toilet. There's your toilet paper. It's there. It works. Actually, let's just make sure it works. Good water pressure. It definitely works. Now the shower slides, but the tile is like, this is very standard tile. It's not anything special. Like I've stayed at the Polynesian, the Wilderness Lodge, they usually have a little bit more going on in the showers here. But again, standard shower, more of the Julian Farrell soaps and conditioners. I will say our body wash is missing. They are attached to the wall. You're not supposed to take them, but it looks like someone stole the body wash. Well, I will say there is a little bench in here you can sit on, so I do like that. All the lights in here look to have a motion sensor. And now, of course, we have to head into the main bedroom. We have two queen beds. Next to each of the sides of the bed is a reading light. There's an iPad in between the beds. That iPad controls all the lights in the room, as well as your thermostat. You can even use it for the TV. So those iPads are like the new kind of big thing here at Universal. And then they have this multicolored headboard. It kind of looks like abstract painting, or an abstract paint with beautiful flowers on it. I believe it's supposed to be reminiscent of the gardens of Celestial Park. You can also see that all the light fixtures in here look like orbs. So they're supposed to look like emanating suns. I just picked up the iPad and it says our room isn't rented at the moment. So they even know we're in here. There are 5 USBs in here. So there are 2 on each side of the bed. They also have the USB-Cs, standard plugs, and they have those little like plastic things in them to prevent kids from sticking things in them. And there's one on the desk. You can see the light again, kind of looks like a half orb. There's the phone. You get a complimentary Lowe's pen. They don't have Helios Grand pens. That's kind of disappointing to me. And a notepad. Right above here is some generic artwork that kind of looks like it matches the headboards. I will say it's barren with artwork in here. They really need something next to the beds, like right over there. Like it's just a blank wall. There really needs to be, I just feel like more done. They have your check-in and check-out information here. Again, I do like the touch of the actual marble and the little gold accents in here. And found the Helios Grand coasters, taking those home with us. And they have an ice bucket. There's ice at the end of each hallway. You want to be fancy and drink Fiji? It's $8, guys, not included with your $500 stay. More than $500 now. So the drawers are pretty deep. I put my camera bag in there. So you can fit a lot in these drawers. And right here, you can find the fridge. Standard fridge they have at Lowe's. We brought our own waters because we don't want to pay $8 for Fiji.
Target water. And I packed a Cosmic Stardust Alani. I figured it was on brand for the hotel and the park.
Theme is on point. And right above the fridge, you can find the Keurig. So no name brand on the Keurig. Again, we recently stayed at the Disney Wilderness Lodge and they have like a Keurig coffee combo. And the Keurig's
generic K-cups.
Yeah, there's really nothing going on here.
Nothing fancy.
Just like Lowe's cups. It doesn't feel fancy. It feels like more of a moderate to me. They also have a map of the hotel up here. So we're on the 8th floor, so I'd say right about here is where we are. See if you guys have a better layout. Here's the back. You see the pool's out towards the front. I'll show you guys that in a bit. And then you can see kind of all the rooms are almost condensed, or the elevator's condensed to one side, and then the restaurant's condensed to the other. So our curtain literally just closed on its own, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. I like the pattern on here. Cool thing about these curtains, if you just kind of pull on them a little bit, they'll kind of start opening on their own, as you can see now. In front of the curtain, they have this little chair, an end table for you to enjoy your coffee, with the beautiful view that you have outside. They also have another orb-looking light. Let's see our view. You can see the window has a pattern like you would be able to see in Celestial Park. And as we look out it, we can see the parking garage to the right. Straight ahead, that's that little lake where you can actually see it looks like they have areas set up to shoot fireworks off of. But again, no fireworks yet for this park at least. Way in the back there, you can see the spires of Hogwarts Castle. You could also see Rip Ride Rocket, which is not long for this world, Rip Ride Rocket. And to the left, we can see Icon Park. Icon Park is not far from here at all. That's that big Ferris wheel that you see. It's called the Orlando Eye. And they also have a swing ride and slingshot ride over there. That's the actual entrance to the hotel. It already looks pretty dirty. And to the left, you can see up there, that's where those are the buses that'll take you to City Walk and Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. So right to the left as you walk out if you're looking for the buses. Blue, gold, and pink seem to be prominent motifs in the style and architecture in here, and you could see that on the floor. It almost looks like a pink rose, and obviously they like gold in your garbage. Gold and garbage. We are hungry, so we're going to eat something, and then we'll do the grounds tour. I just want to bring up, this is your out of office sign, or your sleeping sign. Counting stars. All right, so we took the elevator down to the pool. So to get to the pool, you'll have to exit through the entrance. You bear left. You'll see the entrance right on the left-hand side. It's nice because you kind of wander through a scenic garden and happen upon the pool. They call it the Lotus Lagoon, as if it's blooming, a part of Celestial Park. You can see the Monsters Land to the left as you walk in, and to the right they have pool services where you can get swim diapers for kids. They have SPF. They also have complimentary flavored water with fruit inside of it. As you walk down, you'll be able to see the cabanas, which obviously will cost you a bit, to rent. We'll put a lower third in for the standard average cost of the cabana right here. And then as you can walk forward, you'll see kind of a grand pool bar. That's the Lotus Lagoon pool bar. It's very nice in here. Let's take a look at their menu. Look at all the different stuff they have. This isn't a full food review, so I figured I'll just scroll down so you guys can see everything. Look at that Goddess Burger. This seems to be the same Greek salad we got over at Flora Taverna. We just ordered their hummus and spread, so there's a lot of good looking food and desserts in here. On the back, you can see the drinks. Let's see all of their drinks right here. Sam got the Prosecco Popsicle. We also have frozen cocktails and obviously draft, canned beer, and wine. All right, so Sam got that Prosecco Popsicle. I wanted to get her quick thoughts on it.
So it's just Prosecco, and they have seasonal flavors of these little ice pops that are in it. I got the strawberry.
I feel like it's got to cool you down. It's like 90 degrees out, so this is perfect to have right now.
Ice pop. I'm gonna leave it in so that I get that strawberry flavor mixed in with my Prosecco. This is really cute. I enjoy this. I'm gonna go 8.
Nice, yeah, perfect, hot, sunny treat. All right, so we started off with the hummus and spreads, as well as the Greek salad. The Greek salad was the same exact Greek salad that we had at Flora Taverna. I think we gave that a 10, Sam, right? Or
yeah, if you watch our previous videos, we know they have really good cheese at this hotel for whatever reason.
Yeah, the feta was very good, and the hummus and spreads came with 3 different types of spreads. It was a baba ganoush, hummus, as well as a tzatziki, right?
Yeah, the tzatziki was really good, and the vegetables in the Greek salad, super crisp, super crunchy, great cheese, big portion.
I'd give the Greek salad a 10, and I'd give the hummus and spreads a 9. What about you?
Yeah, and I think that this is like perfect pool bar food. Like Mediterranean is like a good option for a pool bar.
Feels light, but I didn't get something light for our main entree. And I'm happy we chose to eat here, though, because we already ate Flora Taverna. This is the
chicken avocado wrap, so it's on a fresh pita as the wrap that has hummus, heritage tomato, bib lettuce, and a lemon oregano aioli. I also got a side Caesar salad. I could have got fries or something else.
I went with the sweet potato fries. So the reason they have Greek food here is because it's supposed to match the Greek theme of Celestial Park. The Greek gods are the constellations. So Apollo is the constellation obviously here, and Greek food emanates from Greece where they have the Greek gods. Does that make sense to everyone?
No. So I was disappointed that Flora Taverna was closed right now because I really wanted to get that chicken gyro. But this is pretty similar. And because it's on that pita, it just has avocado in it. I also want to dip it in that tzatziki that we have.
So I think Flora Taverna closes from like 2 to 5 each day, or 3 to 5, something around there.
We might go to there for dinner, so like the bar, if we're still hungry later tonight. This is like our late lunch.
The bar does stay open. They do have some bar snacks if you want to eat at Flora Taverna, the bar. But we wouldn't have a full meal here because this is kind of a full restaurant.
This is really good. I'm gonna give this a 9.
Oh wow! So the lowest has been 9 so far. So this is the Goddess Burger, Sam. I opted to get the sweet potato fries with it. It also comes with a pickle. What is on and in this?
Oh, that looks so good. This is a double black Angus beef patty, herb mayo, cheddar cheese, caramelized onion, tomato, bib lettuce, and bacon.
I love cheddar cheese on a burger because I like having like a sharp flavor with the burger.
You feel like a goddess?
This might be the best pool bar food I ever had. For a pool bar. The tomato is fresh, the bacon is crispy, the cheese is sharp, the patties aren't overcooked, they have some juice in them. The sweet potato fries are delicious. You had one, Sam.
Yeah, they have like so much seasoning on them.
Yeah, good sea salt. Let me try this pickle out.
Oh, that pickle looks fire! Save me some! I think it was a blessing in disguise that Flora was closed because we weren't going to come here because we really liked Flora, but this is like a great alternative.
I will say all the food here is slapped. Whether it's the Epic Universe Park, the hotel, it's all been very good. This is the best pool bar food I ever had. That is a 9 for a burger. Very good. I'm excited and I'm happy that we got it. I figure we'll use this as our pool kind of tour. Towards the back is where you can find a little splash pad for kids. They have some water features back there. The hot tub is right in front of that bar, that pool bar that we ate at. They also have a little area towards the back left. I will say that it does feel like an extension of Celestial Park. That feels like Celestial Park's pool to me. Beautiful views of the Helios Grand Hotel from there. However, there are some issues where like the back of Monsters Unchained is clearly visible and not themed right next to the pool. It's cool to see some of that monster stuff, but it does kind of kill the atmosphere a little bit for me.
I'm okay with it.
I will say it was some of the best pool bar food I ever had.
Yeah, so the food was delicious.
Yeah, if you're here, I recommend eating that pool bar. It's really good and great service. Now we're going to head back towards the front and begin our full tour of the Helios Grand Hotel. As you enter and head towards the pool, if you head left instead of right, they actually have a smoking area, if you could see, all the way back there. It's right next to the Monsters Land, so you can ponder your death as you smoke in the back. All right, so we're back towards the front of the Helios Grand Resort. If you bear right, if you're facing the resort, or bear left as you get out, don't enter towards the pool. You go past that. That's where you'll find the resort shuttle area. Funny enough, the screens on there weren't working, but they have an area that looks like that goes to City Walk, another area that goes to Volcano Bay. On the opposite side is where you can find the parking garage. To the left of where you walk in, you can actually find an area where you could pay for valet parking or where you could pay for the daily parking. There's also a rideshare pickup area right next to the garage here. The front entrance, kind of the overhead archway, is supposed to have lights that are emanating from the center of Helios Grand. So it's supposed to make Helios Grand look like a ray of sun or a ray of sunlight. I do like how the front area looks. I like kind of the chromed domes on top of there, as well as the glass you can see right in the front. But Sam and I brought this up. As you kind of head out more, it looks more like a value resort towards like the back left. Can't really see it that well over here because of the parking garage. But it looks kind of, to me, almost a little unfinished. If you are staying with a pet or furry friend, they do have a pet waste removal area right next to the parking garage. It says online they're not pet friendly though, so it's probably for service dogs. Most of the amenities at the Helios Grand are centralized within the lobby. To the right is where you can find the check-in desk. Right above the check-in desk, they kind of a stained glass looking backdrop that shows the sun rising. To the left, you can find the Vacation Planning Center, which is going to have the moon setting behind them. And right also to the left, you'll be able to find Flora Taverna. That is the signature sit-down restaurant here. Greek food. We have, again, a full tour on Flora Taverna. Beautiful flowers adorning the ceiling there. They also have a bar that's first come, first serve. To the right, you'll be able to find the Aurora Market. We'll head in there in a little bit to see all the different types of food that they have. And if you head straight out, if you look straight in, you will see Apollo shooting his spear to Luna. You can also see the Kronos spinning in the back using its celestial energy to transport guests to Celestial Park. They have a waiting area. And above the waiting area, they have a beautiful looking chandelier. I believe that it's supposed to represent the sun. You can see more chrome on the top there. The floor, you can see more of the blue and gold motifs and accents, kind of looking like you're walking amongst the stars. And actually got her nails to match the Helios Grand for our weekend.
You did a pretty good job.
I think they did a really good job.
I look like the floor.
They have an observation deck out here that looks right into Celestial Park. Now as you walk straight out, you can see the sun illuminated on the ground. There's some lights over there that will actually illuminate that viewing area at night as the light and water show happen. You can see the Cosmos Fountain and Apollo again shooting his spear over to Luna. In the back you could see the Kronos spinning. Great people watching area, great area to be able to view everything at Celestial Park. Started raining, so I had to find myself some covered seating. There is covered seating to the left as you walk out. This is actually a dining area for Flora Taverna. Again, with great views of Celestial Park. If you bear right, there's some seating for the Aurora Market as well. As we walk back into the left, we can find where the majority of the amenities are centralized. This right here is the Aurora Market. It works as both a quick service and a Starbucks. So they have Starbucks coffee here. They also have some gelato, some pastries, and some grab-and-go options. Now, usually this would double as like a hot food type of quick service area at the majority of the Signature Collection Lowe's resorts for Universal. There is no hot food here. You can, however, get, I believe, room service or to-go food from Flora Taverna. I want to walk in and take a look at what they have. Looks like they have some delicious pistachio gelato, tiramisu gelato, so a lot of different gelatos here. Ooh, there's a passion fruit in there too, lavender, honey, coffee. This is the view from the Aurora Market, so I think we got back inside just in time. They have the souvenir cups here, so it's $16.50 for 1 day, $19 for 3 days. Not a bad deal. So these will give you unlimited drinks, and they have the freestyle machines. Important to note, you can't use these in park, only in Lowe's. Cool design. The best looking things here seem to be these desserts. Look at that salted caramel mousse, tropical mousse, berry tart.
Those are macarons, not macaroons.
Yeah, so they, it's the wrong item. The coconut would be a macaroon. This is a macaron. This almond tart is calling my name, although I don't like the fake gold on top. These donuts, coconut, caramel, lemon, these look great. Like they also have an M&M cookie, a brownie, and they can warm up this cinnamon roll. That cinnamon roll has a ton of cinnamon on top. It looks good. Towards the back, they have some grab-and-go type of snacks. Typical stuff, Cliff bars, protein bars, Kind bars. They also have the ceremonial souvenir Coca-Cola Epic Universe bottle. This is a plastic bottle that you can, of course, drink Coca-Cola out of. I prefer if it was glass. Just feels weird with it being plastic, but it's only for a limited time. They do have a hot food area. I don't see any displayed, but I think they can have some hot items in here. Of course, they have beers, drinks, salads, and they have, this is like your grab-and-go stuff. It's these salads and these wraps. We really don't have anything else in here right now, which is kind of disappointing in my opinion. The walls even in the back here have these geodesic patterns, and there's this abstract art piece. I actually thought this was part of the wallpaper we're painted on, but it's not. It's just kind of like a floral pattern that blends in with the back area, and it comes out of a painting right over there. I noticed the ceiling in the lobby has that light emanating out of these chandeliers, so it's supposed to kind of look like the chandelier is a point of light that blends into the ceiling and then back out into where you enter. Right across from the Aurora Market and to the right as you walk in is the Universal Studio Store. I looked around in here, there's no Helios Grand merchandise, but you can get Epic Universe merchandise as well as merchandise from each of the themed lands of Epic Universe. If you forgot a toothbrush, need Pepto-Bismol or anything, this will also be the area where you need to go. Looks like they have baby wipes right there at the bottom too for you, as well as some bathing suits and hats in case you forgot them. Or maybe you just want to go shopping. You want to wear a bathing suit from Helios Grand. They got you covered. I thought I was smart getting my opening May 2025 t-shirt, but they have a ton of them still here. So you can actually buy these at Helios Grand. Right past the Universal Studios store in the Aurora Market is going to be the dedicated park entrance. They have some artifacts and looks like concept art for Epic Universe in there. You will need your room key, it says, required to enter. It's open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. They have a picture of Luna as you walk in, which is reminiscent of Luna, who you'd see if you walked in the other entrance of Epic Universe. Right past that, we're going to have the restrooms, ATM, fitness, pool, and the game room. Right next to the ATM, it looks like they also have some family restrooms if you're looking for those. And past the ATM to the left, it's going to be the fitness center. It's open from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Great hours. All right, let's head in. Check out the fitness center. To the left as you walk in, you can see the Pelotons, which have this very beautiful view of these mirrors with kind of birds, or it looks like flying out of them. It's a very nice shot. But beyond that, you'll be able to find the treadmills. The treadmills have frosted glass in front of them, which I'm not sure why they do, but there's a good amount of them, so you should never be lacking a treadmill. And they also have those special curved treadmills towards the back that help you like run an incline or makes it feel more like you're actually running. The ellipticals probably have the best view of the park. They also have a row of machines, dumbbells that go up to 50 pounds, which is pretty standard for most hotels. Cable crossover machine, and towards the back left they have kettlebells and medicine balls, as well as box jumps. The best hotel gym I should say I've ever been to is the Jack LaLanne Fitness Center gym that is over at Cabana Bay Beach Resort. Their dumbbells go up to, I believe, 100 pounds in there. Check out that video if you haven't seen it. This one is okay. All right, let's show you guys the game room. All right, to the left is the fitness center. To the right is the game room. They also have a business room or business center right over here. Game room open 6 to 10. Let's see what's inside here. All right, the game room has what you would expect it to have. Right at the front to the left, they have a SpongeBob game. They have a Jurassic Park game. They have Mario Kart, which makes sense because Mario Kart, the ride, is right outside. They have a basketball hoops game. They also have a whole room of different claw machines that you can play, and it runs on a card system, so you can buy cards to the left right as you walk in. I will say I expected something on the Signature Series to have a bit of a bigger game room for kids, but it does have what they need, and I like that it has things that are themed to Universal properties. Now, right across from security, where we were before, where you head into the park, are the elevators. This is one of the coolest aspects of this resort, is this screen they have right as you walk into the elevators. There is a sun and a moon that take turns glowing their luminescent light onto Epic Universe. Also some patterns down here. It seems like the patterns on the floor lead into this constellation as well. It also looks like some of the constellations maybe like living inside of here and like the clouds and such. I really like this element because it's incredibly kinetic, and I think it sets the mood for your stay. The elevators also look like a sunset or sunrise with the pink accents. All right, so I've actually showed you guys everything except for the Bar Helios, which is at the 10th floor. We're on the 8th floor, but we wanted to provide you guys some of our thoughts right before we finish the end, because we've kind of already showed you Bar Helios in our Bar Helios video. I want to say that even though it's called the Helios Grand, I'm not getting a grand feeling. I also don't feel like the hotel feels particularly finished, even though we're staying in June when it is officially open right now.
Yeah, it's been over a month. I know that all these Lotus hotels have been very rushed. We've watched a lot of videos of like the first night at all the hotels that opened with Epic Universe, and it just kind of seemed like a mess. So I thought maybe coming a month later things would be a little different. Well, it's not terrible. It's not as bad as I've seen in other videos, but there are still issues, and when you're spending that much money to stay.
So a theme park view room right now is about $1,200 a night with a Florida resident discount.
Which is like, this is not the Four Seasons.
You could say the Four Seasons, which is a luxury hotel for
where you
that
get
price.
Like turn down service twice in one day in your room, and you know, like we've had inconveniences, and
the lights were like randomly turning off, so we had a few issues. There wasn't, again, like we showed you guys, soap on our wall, and it just hasn't been very attentive. Also, I want to bring up that it does feel somewhat sterile in certain areas. Like the hallways have no artwork on them at all. And while the lights kind of look nice, and I do kind of like the floor in there because it looks like you're walking on a sky, there are elements of this I really do enjoy. I really do love. And I love how close you are to Epic Universe. That's literally what you're paying for. But when comparing this to Universal's other lineup of Signature Series resorts, this to me is the weakest so far in regards to theming. They have one pool. It's not really kid-friendly, the pool. The splash pad is just a couple of splashing features. Not really a pool area. I mean, I do like the bar area and the food over there. All the food here has been exceptional as well.
Yeah, the pool bar has been the highlight so far. I am so surprised about the quick service situation with the food because their value resorts have great food.
It just feels like they're missing some things in here that would make it feel deluxe. Like the Sapphire Falls Resort, I love the attention to detail in the architecture of that resort because the Sapphire Falls Resort is supposed to be reminiscent of staying on a Caribbean island. And even in the architecture there, you walk over a bridge and there's a waterfall right where the boat takes you out to Islands of Adventure. You can see Islands of Adventure through the front entranceway in there, and they have stone turrets near the pool over there. With here, you have a big giant box of the Monsters Unchained ride that's not even themed. Like, it just doesn't, and I don't want to seem like I'm complaining because we're generally very positive, but it feels rushed to me. And it feels like it should have been more, especially with how amazing, I do think Epic Universe is an amazing park. With how amazing Epic is, I feel like the interior of this resort needs a bit more. The exterior looks very nice from the park, but the interior needs more.
And at the price point, like, you would expect more.
Yeah. Like this, why is there a random piece of furniture here with like nothing on it? That's what I mean by it not feeling completed. Okay, so this is the weirdest experience I've had at a hotel. We got it, or a deluxe hotel or signature hotel, whatever they call it. We got to the 10th floor. We go up, we're like, hey, do you have any open seating? They're like, you can only sit at the bar. I'm like, okay, cool, I understand, like it's booked up. But the bar is full and you could sit here till the bar opens, but we don't know when it's gonna open and we don't recommend you actually wait. And we can't give you a time when it's gonna open.
You can't go on a wait list.
You can't go on a wait list. It was very confusing. It's like, okay, can I walk in and take pictures? Because I wanted to show you guys the big dome. So like the dome at the center has constellations in it that look very nice. They're right above the bar. And she's like, you can go up to that black line. The interior is for our guests only. And we paid a lot of money to stay here. And I'm not saying they gotta tell me I can go walk around and stuff, but the way that was communicated. And then we walk out, they're like, okay, you can look in this little observation area. They have a small observation area where people just like go to the top, I guess. And you do get very nice views of Epic Universe from here. But I noticed that there's a piece of priming, I think, tape still on the top dome, right towards the back. So, you know, I think maybe they weren't ready. I don't know. I know, you know, Bar Helios doesn't get packed out, but I just think it was like a little crazy. It's like they couldn't give us a time frame. We're staying here too. I'm not saying like they have to get us in, but I'm saying like, hey, give us a time frame. Recommend we go to the vacation planning center. It is what it is. Let's get some dessert. The desserts looked good over at the Aurora Market, so we'll give them some of our business. All right, so this is the salted caramel mousse. It's over in the pastry section of the Aurora Market. I always do enjoy these Lowe's pastries. Sam, how much did this cost us?
$20 for this mousse and then a small gelato.
This gelato is actually a Ferrero like Rocher flavor, so we really wanted to try that. Maybe the reason it cost so much is because they had to put this edible gold on top of it. So,
driving up the price.
Yeah. There are aspects of this resort I really like. Design elements I think that are beautiful, particularly above the front desk. Particularly this area right now, we have a beautiful view of Epic Universe that I could sit right next to the Aurora Market of. But it does not feel grand, and two, it doesn't feel finished to me. And I think, you know, I don't want to be a hater. There are things I enjoy about it, but it doesn't feel like as good as I know Universal has been in the past. And as good as I've experienced in other deluxe amenity hotels, but you're paying for this right now. And I guess for this too, because I just paid $20 for it. All right, so let's try the mousse out. All right, you can see the mousse right there at the bottom. I'll try to get all the flavors in here. Great bit of flavor, but a good amount of sweetness. Really creamy on top. Different texture with this little cookie part right here. Wow, that's good. Smooth. I love me a mousse. That's a 9 as far as flavor goes. I really enjoy that. I recommend getting it if you're here. All right, the Ferrero Rocher gelato. It's called something else. I'm sure you guys will see the B-roll shot and see the name of it. That's what I'm calling it, because that's like the flavor profile of it.
They also had a vegan gelato.
This is good. It's creamy. It's smooth. I like the other thing a little bit better. But you need something cold when it's this hot in Florida. So it's definitely hitting in that regard. It's got the Ferrero Rocher flavor, but I'm getting more chocolate than anything. It really just looks like more chocolate than anything else. It needs more like nuts or something in it to like make it come through. I'm still enjoying it though, and it is good they give you the little spoons, 'cause that's what you want when you have gelato, because it lets you savor like the creaminess of things a bit more. I would give this a 7. I think this is good. The star though is definitely this salted caramel mousse. One of the great benefits of staying here is being able to walk next to Apollo and watch the Epic Universe Fountain Show. We don't even have park tickets today. We just can walk out here and watch. You can see the show is synced from the front to the back of the park. I want to show you guys a bit of the view at night. See the way they have the lighting out there on the ground, it kind of looks like you're standing amongst a starry night sky. You can also see the Orlando Eye. That's all of Icon Park right there. Starflyer. Oh, I think we're seeing some Disney fireworks back there. Let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah, definitely some Disney fireworks right over there to the left. Guys, I literally cannot make this up. So if you remember our missing body wash, we're like, oh, they came, they fixed it. Why even check? They gave us 2 shampoos. We didn't realize until we started showering. Thankfully, we brought our own body wash. Good morning from the Helios Grand Hotel. We did sleep really well. Aurora Cafe coffee, like we said before, is Starbucks. It is very good. This is high quality Starbucks coffee. The beds as well, like they're very firm, but they have like almost like a pillow top on the mattress. And the pillows were great too. A lot of neck support. So it did feel a bit more luxurious than a standard hotel. All right, so we're on our way to check out, finishing up our 2-night stay at Universal's Helios Grand Hotel. We chose to do 2 nights because we feel like you really can't understand the function of this as a theme park hotel or a theme park resort that's attached to an actual theme park unless you have the full 2 nights and a full day at Epic Universe, which is exactly what we did yesterday. We didn't film too much. We filmed in the park, a different video, but I have to say, if we're going to start with the positives here, being able to ride Battle at the Ministry and come back and take a 5-minute nap, or be back in your room in 5 minutes and take a nap, no, that was great.
I was eating my words yesterday when we walked back and I was in my pajamas, like right after being on the ride. I was like, okay, like I get it for that part.
Yeah, and the views are beautiful as well. Whether it's a Skyline view and you're just seeing the Orlando City skyline, or, I mean, we really wanted a theme park view, but the theme park views are beautiful as well. So the views are great. Another great thing about this hotel, the food. I have not had a bad meal here, or I don't think I've eaten anything that's been under like a 7, that we've rated. It's just been so good, whether it's the pool bar, Flora Taverna. We will be having a Flora Taverna breakfast video. We're actually about to go eat there right now. We're going to do that as a separate video. Helios, Bar Helios has good food too, although it was kind of weird that although we're staying here, they can't really prioritize us getting in.
We had a little bit of a weird interaction going up to Bar Helios last night. But we do have a full Bar Helios food review that we did. We got a ton of stuff. We have a full video on Flora Taverna's lunch, and then we're going to have Flora Taverna breakfast. Yes, we're going to have like a Helios Grand playlist. So if you're trying to learn more about Helios Grand, check out that playlist below. Now, I'm going to go a little bit into the criticisms that we have. One, I don't think this functions as an extension of Celestial Park very well. As like a theme park hotel that's situated inside a theme park land, it should accentuate that particular land. This feels like a standard nice hotel. $1,200, $1,000 a night, $1,400. No, we did purchase our stay here back in November, so I think what was it for us for this room, like $450? It was $494, and it's doubled since then. Yeah,
so I think $494 for the convenience of being able to come back to the hotel is very good. I also don't think this hotel is particularly great for kids. I mean, it only has 500 rooms, so it doesn't get too packed, but there's no like splash pad at the pool. If you stay at like a Disney resort or Disney hotel, they'll have 2 pools for kids. And I also think, as far as theming goes, Universal has done better with places like Sapphire Falls, Portofino Bay. It feels like in certain areas it's a bit rushed. It feels in certain areas a bit sterile. I do like the gold accents. At night, the hotel is beautiful. If you go outside, you have like dancing lights right in front of Apollo. But again, when you get inside the hotel, it doesn't feel like that functionality leads in. It kind of like loses that Greek or Roman gods and goddesses type of feeling and aesthetic. They do have these floral patterns on behind the bed, but not that many flowers inside the hotel. And even though it says grand, like grand is in the name, it does not feel sprawling. This is pricing itself out higher in some rooms than the Grand Floridian. Mm-hmm. And the Grand Floridian definitely, you get a view of Cinderella's castle, fireworks shows. It's a much larger resort area with a huge splash pad for kids, as well as a water slide. So there are some shortcomings here. If your goal is to stay at or to be in Epic Universe, then this is a great hotel for that, but I can't see spending a week here, especially with how far it is from the rest of City Walk and the other Universal resorts,
Yeah, also, I think not having like a full quick service is a major negative for me.
The Aurora market gets packed out too. You got to remember, 500 rooms. It's a very small little area. It's really only a coffee bar. And if you have a kid who needs to get something to eat, or you got to grab something quick, it's just functionally not that great. The largest area to eat is Flora Taverna, but you're not going to want to go sit down all the time, especially when you're going to theme parks and stuff.
Yeah, and when you're in Epic Universe too, the food closes when the park closes. They don't stay open past closing time at all. At Disney, the shops and stuff will stay open. They shut down early. So if you want food, you're either gonna have to settle for one of the grab and go things that honestly didn't look that appetizing, or you're gonna have to do a limited menu at Flora Taverna. You could do room service or at the bar.
Room service is all day, so you can get room service all day here. I just think it feels like a standard hotel, like a nice standard hotel. It doesn't feel like a luxury theme park resort. I think Universal's done better. You have to remember, they're asking for 4 seasons prices, like $1,400 a night for some rooms, and it's just not a luxury resort. It doesn't have those general amenities. The pool is very nice. The beds are comfortable. Yeah, we slept like a brick.
We slept great. I will say, though, there's no cord in the bathroom to hang your wet bathing suits on. Also, the vanity area was kind of small. The two of us had trouble kind of trying to get ready in front of that mirror. It was kind of tight.
It feels like the spacing in here is similar to the values. It feels more like a prime value hotel that just so happens to be in Celestial Park than an actual luxury resort. That being said, I'm not discounting our experience here. We're just providing what we think are general criticism of the experience based on the price. If I stayed here, and I think this is worth about $450 for what we paid, just to have the convenience of staying in Epic Universe. I don't know if you'd want to be able to stay here your entire Universal trip, especially with the distance it is from City Walk.
Oh, and we actually did speak to a family when we were in a hot tub that were staying here, and they were doing days at the other parks, and they were they didn't like the bus ride there. They were it took too long. They're next time we'll do a split stay. If you're doing one day at Epic here with your family, perfect, great. You got the money. I think it's great. But if you're doing a full stay at Universal, you might not want to stay here your whole trip.
They were even saying they were probably going to stay at Stella Nova because it's only $200 a night, $200 a night.
Yeah,
here.
and you can walk over.
Yeah, so it went up because we booked it in November, so it went up significantly. I still loved my stay here. It's very nice to be able to walk in and out of Epic. It just doesn't feel like it's part of Epic to me.
Despite being an Epic, which sounds so silly.
But the outside area, with Apollo and stuff, it does. But once you go in the hotel, it feels somewhat separate. Once you cross
in, it's I'm on a Marriott or something.
I don't want to end on a negative note, though. We were able to watch the water fountain show from where Apollo is on the outside, and it's very nice to watch that water fountain show. The lights kind of lead right in to the Helios Grand. They also have these yellow hues at night in the water, so it looks like an emanating sun, and Apollo shoots his arrow over to Luna. There are some design features, like the gold accents and stuff, that are very nice. And I loved my stay here. It was so cool to stay here for my birthday. That being said, I would not pay $1,000 a room here. I think $400, $450.
$1,000 a night is $1,000.
Oh, $1,000 a night, yeah. $400, $450, and then maybe $500 or more for the theme park view rooms makes sense to me.
For a splurge.
Yeah.
But if you have the money,
yeah, this is all relative.
Yeah.
I do recommend coming and eating, though, because the food in here is great.
I'm so excited for Flora breakfast.
Me too. And if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Liking will really help our channel grow. It pushes this video out into the stratosphere of the YouTube algorithm. It helps other people find the video. Subscribing, it also helps our channel grow. Hit the bell notification so that way you're notified every time when videos come out, which is when, Sam?
Every Monday and Thursday at 12 p.m.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't count the days.
So make the days count.
We will see you next time. That's all, folks. Some notable features from over here. You can see Fun Spot. That's the big swing you see in the back there.
So we do kind of have a park view, just not the park that we were going to.
That's how they sold this to us when we got here. And you can see Rip Ride Rocket, again, not long for this world. There's the Aventura Resort. Aventura has actually great views of Epic Universe, the spires of Volcano Bay, and right there is a fun spot. I think we may have brought this up earlier in the video.
The Icon Park wheel?
Oh, I'm sorry, the Icon Park. That's Icon Park, yep, and the Orlando Eye. But as you can see, the pool is pretty basic. Also, a lot of things were already, there was already some wear and tear showing, things not working while we were here. But
we did
it's only been open for a month.
Using the iPad, though, to control the curtains.
Yeah.
That was something we've never had in a room before that I thought was a nice touch.
That was nice. And the people you see scrolling up on the screen, those are our members. I want to give a special thank you to them and their generosity for helping us fund this channel. If you've any interest in a membership, you can check out the join button below, learn about all those different tiers and perks that we have. Some of them are like early access to videos and end credits credentials like you're seeing right now. But even if you can't become a member, if you're someone who just consistently likes, comments, subscribes, engages with these videos in any way, we appreciate you. You help us make more of them, and we feel very privileged to be able to be here and be able to make them for you guys. And as always,
keep it going for Frank.